the things that progressives stand for, is effectively what north of 60% and many times 80% of Americans want. So there's a dichotomy between what you hear on the news media as far as what Americans are looking for, or what the center is, etc., and what the real story is, what Americans really say that they want. And bridging that gap is the difficulty, because when you speak to your MAGA brothers and sisters and figure out why they're so mad, right? It's the same reasons that your progressive brothers and sisters are mad. It's a system that's not working for them. But again, the influx of the different things, the different social issues that make no sense, the policies on whenever you start talking about what is a woman or what is a man, or things that are so inconsequential, make most people disregard the actual things that matter. And the right is very effective of doing this. And what I try to explain to him is that is how the right operates. And we shouldn't succumb to it, just as they are bold in pushing misinformation and lying to the American people. Progressives need to be just as bold in not just truth telling, but actually showing the evil that the right actually. And look, if you're a person on the right, I'm not speaking to you. Misinformation is well calculated. There are bodies out there designed to make misinformation seem truthful. And unless you're schooled on many issues, unless you follow this stuff 24/7, anyone can fall for the misinformation. All of us will fall for a certain amount of disinformation when packaged a certain way. And it is incumbent on us to actually, and when I say on us now, I'm talking about, in this case, Politics Done Right team, to do our job and not succumb to, we get a lot of calls here that had a lot of bad information. We get a lot of comments here in the chats that are completely and entirely ill-informed. And if we just cuss that person out or mean to that person or call that person stupid or whatever, that is not going to be the answer. The answer is going to be to try to get to where they are and try to bring them over. The reason a lot of this can occur is, first and foremost, something that the right has been doing for a long time. And that is getting Americans to look at government as an entity to be hated. And, they know that doing that kind of a stuff works. After all, it has worked with the dehumanization of certain people. It has worked with the dehumanization of women. It has worked with the dehumanization of Palestinians. It has worked with the dehumanization of immigrants. It has worked with the dehumanization of people of color, such that when bad things start occurring to women, it's not a big deal. So Donald Trump can, as alleged and has found guilty of sexual wrong with women that a judge has called rape, and he's still president of the United States even after harming women. Because if you dehumanize women, then it doesn't matter what you do to women. These troglodytes that we have in office can treat them like objects. So that's what we have in the president. You dehumanize Palestinians. The Palestinians that did a bad thing, you can take their humanity away so that it doesn't matter that while the terrorists killed 1,200 Israelis, that way over 100,000 dead Palestinians, but who cares? They're not human beings. The dehumanization of the Palestinian meant that Israel military could decimate, flatten Gaza with women, children, innocent people, flatten it, kill them, annihilate them, and then just say, well, look at what they did. These are not human beings anyway. And there's so many videos online to show that these people are not humans, according to the Israeli soldiers and others. The dehumanization of immigrants, that somebody who purport to be a Christian, as we know, the Bible says, open your doors to the foreigner. Open your doors to the foreigner. That's a biblical order. Open your doors to the foreigner. We don't care. We have sufficiently dehumanized who these foreigners are. They're the people from the mental institutions and the jails and the rejects from each of their countries, right? They're not human beings. They're criminals. Donald Trump came into office calling them rapists and others. He must have been looking in the mirror, eh? He must have been looking in the mirror. Dehumanize the immigrants, so deporting the immigrants, so throwing the immigrants in maximum security prisons where they're further dehumanized doesn't matter because, again, we have been desensitized to treating other human beings that we consider less than humans as humans. Understand what's going on with our psychology here, folks. Understand that this is slowly giving us cyanide so that our bodies become immune to the cyanide. All these bad things that's done. Think about the natives. You don't have to, right? They're not human. So we could have effected genocide on them. They're not humans. It's okay. They're not like you and me. They're not. So therefore, they don't feel pain like you and me, right? They don't feel hurt like you and me, right? But no, they do. And they love family just like you and me. And then, of course, think about people of color and specifically Black people. If you can think that they're not like you, if you can muster the thought in your mind that somehow they are intrinsically violent, if you can think about all these things and you can get stories that tells you that that is a reality, then when you see cops blowing their heads off, you can go into a jury room, and even as you have photos and videos and all the other things that show you they were wronged, that they were murdered, that they were killed, that you can listen to that officer and say, yeah, that was self-defense. After all, that was a dangerous person masquerading as a human being. Understand what has been done to us from our inception. We've learned how to dehumanize those that we want to either enslave, take advantage of, rip off, steal, control. That becomes women, immigrants, people of color, and all. Understand what is being done to us. And this is not a right-wing, left-wing, liberal thing, because there are a hell of a lot of progressives that are misogynists. There are a hell of a lot of progressives that are racists. There are a hell of a lot of progressives that are xenophobes. This is a culture. This is something that we have to all, as a society that claims to be humane, as a society that claims to be righteous, these are all things that we have to work on ourselves. And we look at the death of this good pope, a pope that I was not always in agreement with, but a pope that told it like it is, a pope that tried to lay out much of what I just said, these realities. So folks, look into your own heart, your own minds, and think about how much of this indoctrination has been inculcated within your mind and form parts of your psyche that have allowed you internally to dehumanize the other. And that other, many a times, includes your own family. Think about that.
We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number one, subscribe to our channel. And number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.